I'm your host, Reverend Al Sharpton, and we are back. It's Hot Button Monday. Whatever's on your mind, whatever's in your heart. For the next 2 hours, I'm taking your call. No guest, you and me. For the next 2 hours, let me again welcome Detroit back in the Keeping It Real with Al Sharpton family on 910 AM Superstation. Glad to be in the Detroit area. Let's go to the phone. Let me start with my friend Eunice in Chicago, WBON 1690, home of the governor, Cliff Kelly.
Hi, Reverend Sharpton. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
I am doing well also. Reverend Sharpton, those young adults were excellent. It literally drove me to tears.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, in the annals of time, has there ever been a president like Trump? And I say that reluctantly when I say president. He is not going to change because he was raised that way. And his father put him in a military school because he was so uncontrollable. And he was sneaking women in the dormitory then. So he's always had a problem with women, you know? And now he lies from one thing to the other, and he is not fit to hold office. And I want to move on to this Santorum. He is ridiculous. He said that young people should take up CPR instead of working for frivolous gun law. That's why they voted him out of office, because I'll never forget, he said some mean things about blacks, you know, being on welfare when he was running before. So don't put any credence to what he says, period. And one
she's talking about Senator Rick, former Senator Santorum, who when they were doing the commentaries like many of us do with different cable stations, he said young people ought to do something for themselves rather than asking others to do something. Others being the legislators, that's what the legislators are there for, is to serve the public. They should be doing CPR rather than asking for gun laws. I mean, so let me get this right. So we should be training people how to save people's lives after they're shot rather than stopping them from being shot? I mean, how nutty can you be?
The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And Reverend Sharpton, you have some swinging music, plenty life there.
All right. Thank you, Eunice. All right, you too. Let me go to Arizona to Pedro. Pedro, you're keeping it real with Al Sharpton.
Thank you very much, Reverend Al. It's so good to be with you. And yes, I second that. The music is definitely the bomb, and I can dig it, as we used to say. I'm going to make it very short and sweet. The young lady who spoke at the rally on Saturday, I'm telling you, I was never more impressed with a speaker like I was with her. And the other thing, and two more things. What is it exactly that Stephon Clark did to warrant getting 20 bullets pumped into him? I still don't know. You know, as they say,
and they can't tell us.
Philadelphia, explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And third, and last, this administration, as we say in baseball, has reached the ninth inning. Right now, they are facing possible loss. And the loss, of course, is that, you know, you don't wait to the ninth inning to go ahead and try to win the ball game. The expulsion of the Russian diplomats should have been done long ago. Instead, what took this idiot so long to finally get off the pot and do something? That's it, Reverend Al. You take care.
All right, thank you, Pedro.
I love you, and happy Easter.
All right, thank you. Same to you. Let's go to Phil in Washington, D.C. Phil.
Okay, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah, Reverend Sharpton, I had the honor of just being downtown in Washington, D.C., my hometown, on Saturday. Started out at about 9 o'clock. I don't know whether you knew that we had a large contingent in a park in Northeast with our mayor and all, and we had a rally for the whole Senator Rubio's trying to overturn our gun laws in D.C., and we addressed that issue, and we addressed the issue of statehood. Then we marched downtown and joined a large contingency. And that was a moving experience for me because 50 years ago, on March the 31st, Sunday, March the 31st, I was at the Washington Cathedral to hear Dr. King give his last Sunday sermon. And then 5 days later, he was gone. I was 26 years old, and that, I tell you, has changed my life. And so what I'm calling also about was the message that these young people talked to us about Saturday, and that was something that you have talked about, something I've committed myself to, and that's registering and voting. And I have put together a documentary, a 35-minute documentary, which traces the struggle of African Americans to gain the right to vote. This goes from 1619 to 2014, and I've been showing this documentary all over the Washington, D.C. area, and I'm trying to ask you, is there some way, I just got back from the University of Michigan with it, is there some way I can get on your program with your conferences?
That's the last and most emphatic way not to get on programs asked me on radio.
Oh, okay, is that right?
I told another guy that used to call me, asked me to get on this show or whatever. I don't even call the show no more because one, it is against any kind of structure, but second, it could be a right-wing setup. You got to remember, I'm talking to people I don't know who I'm talking to, so I would be disrespecting the public to say to somebody who I don't know their background, don't know who they say they are, yes, you're on the program. I mean, just think about it. Why would I do that? Mm-hmm. So the best way is to send us an email with the background that we can check and then we can entertain it. But anybody tries to jam it on the air, you got to wonder, now, wait a minute. Is this a setup or is this real? All right, thank you for your call. Let me go to Robbie in Huntsville, Alabama, WEUP 94.5. Robbie, you're on Keeping It Real with Al Sharpton.
Yes, thank you so much for taking my call. First of all, I just want to send my condolences to the family of the young guy that was killed in Sacramento, gunned down, murdered, just as the doctor had said. He didn't back down, and I appreciate him keeping it real. This is so despicable when I think about how that cannibal, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy preyed on and stalked and mutilated and ate and dismembered all these young children and men of color, blacks, and stuff. And they didn't shoot them down like they shoot down our black and black Latinos and men of color down just for having a cell phone or either just because, but they did not shoot down Timothy McVeigh or the guy that went in and shot all of the people that were sitting in the church. They had SWAT teams and tactical teams running after this guy that was in the school just a few weeks or so ago and tried to bring him in and didn't do him the way they do our black men. It's just a call to action that people call their congressmen and see what our state is going to do and what your state is going to do about this travesty and this sickening, despicable act of the police.
Well, I think you're right, and I think that, Robbie, you're taking a lot of what I'm going to say when I get in there, because I think we've got to really press people, especially our legislators. Yeah, I know Trump's in. Yeah, I know where the majority of the Congress is, but we still got to press this. We cannot give them 1 minute off of our not putting the pressure on and challenging that. No doubt about it. Thank you for your call. 1-877-532-5797. Let's go to Raleigh, North Carolina, 750 WAUG to Harold. Harold, you're Keeping It Real with Al Sharpton.
How you doing, Reverend? I hear everyone's emotional outcry, but the reality of it is this was affirmed by the Supreme Court in 1985. And
what was affirmed by the Supreme Court?
There were two cases. One was Tennessee versus Garner, and one was Graham versus Connor. And in those cases, it was said that a police officer, the Supreme Court stated that a police officer, if they believe themselves to be in danger, can use deadly force. So until...
Yeah, but it has to be reasonable danger. Let me tell you why that does not apply, Harold. if you've got a helicopter overhead that is telling you where the person is that you think you're chasing, right? And you're upon them and can get back up, there's no reasonable reason for you to be in danger because you have a helicopter overhead knowing exactly where they're going. So where is the danger that you could not deal with if you're a trained police officer?
I agree 100% with you. But the Supreme Court said the officers get to make the decision themselves.
But if that was the case, we wouldn't have won any cases. There've been cases. We put police in jail since '94. Abner Louima case comes to mind. So, and they said they were in danger. So don't think that that's going to work every time.
My question is, why hasn't these cases been challenged? These two cases have not been challenged.
Because you need, in order to challenge them, I agree with you, they should be, but you need, in order to challenge them, to go up to the Supreme Court. And I think what has happened is that a lot of the times when you've got to have a trial, and if you win or lose, you can question the trial. It goes up through the state courts of appeals all the way to the Supreme Court. And these unions don't want to challenge it all the way to go to the Supreme Court because they do not want to see what the Supreme Court would go and change these cases, which is one of the reasons why I don't want to see the Supreme Court stacked by Donald Trump. Because even if it got there, they would not change it.
When you're saying the unions aren't challenging them,
if the Abner Louima case, let me give you that, where we won a conviction of 2 police officers, they didn't challenge the convictions to where we would defend it and go all the way up and challenge because they didn't challenge on those laws. Because you have to deal with the constitutional law to go to the Supreme Court. So anytime they will not challenge on constitutional laws, you can't go up there. And there hasn't been one that has been on the side of the victims, which are up to the prosecutors, which is rare enough to get them to even do a case like that. But I'm saying that as the technical reasons. I agree with you. It should go to the Supreme Court, and it should be overturned. You're absolutely right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Keeping it real. Shock Turner. Hot Button Monday. 1-877-532. 5797 1-877-532-5797. Be right back.